Hello friends and welcome to episode 17 of Storyteller Plays Fantasy Life for the 3DS. In the last episode, we did a bunch of story missions in the Elderwood. Not story missions, butterfly requests, which you have to do between story missions. Anyway, now Butterfly wants to talk to us, but I'm going to go ahead and check my mail real quick. Mail! Letter from Cervantes. Satu, my young student, I have some useful information for you. One master to another. It seems the mercenary outfitter in Al-Majik has extended his range. It may be time for some shopping. Letter from Fern. My dear Satu, there's a shop for hunters run by my mentor, Fletcher. I heard he's just got a hold of some high-quality goods for a master like yourself. Why not take a look, Fern? Douglas. Satu, the new master on the block. I forgot to say, you know the moles have a shop, right? It's at the top of Mount Snow Peak. You're a master now, so I'm sure they'd sell you some rockin' stuff. Take a look. And finally, from Heiho, to my fellow woodcutter Satu, I've heard the whispers of the forest, and it seems the Elderwood spirits want to see you now that you're a master. I gather they have some good items for sale. Yes. I have been busy off camera. Satu, do you have a sec to chat? You must save before continuing with the story. Save your progress? Yes. Good choice. I'm so glad we made friends with Pino and Layla. I guess it just shows that that people from different worlds can be friends too. Just started an REM misreading shit. But the most surprising thing was that Pam knew who I was. Or maybe the most surprising thing was that she didn't seem surprised at all. Oh, sorry, once I get going, I guess it can be kind of hard to stop sometimes. Hey, I was just thinking, wouldn't it be thrilling to go on a flight to a brand new world? Interesting, it's almost like that's exactly what we're going to do this episode. Father! We found the ship Mother used to travel to Riveria all those years ago. And our work inspired the King of Castell to organize a Riveria summit. Representatives from all different lands will attend. The pirate nobles, the Dark Sultan, even the forest folk. They're all coming together to talk about finding a way to save Riveria. I know they're very serious about all this, and I have no doubts they can pull it off. And so please, if there's anything you can do, we just need a little more time. Hi, it's midnight now. Neither snow nor gloom of night, nor the pressure of the adoring crowds, stays this courier from the swift completion of another perfect mail delivery. We are truly witnessing a future postal Hall of Famer, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Butterfly's not here. I wanted to perform a bliss check. I've been very busy. Before I check my mail, let's go ahead and go into licenses. Alchemist. I'm still only a master alchemist and wizard, but I'm a hero cook, adept fisherman. I probably should have gotten to master. Master hunter, master mercenary. Still haven't touched paladin. Master woodcutter, master miner, hero carpenter, hero blacksmith, hero tailor. So yeah, a lot of stuff being done off camera. Took forever. Letter from the King 6. Invitation to the Riveria Summit. Your presence is requested at the Riveria Summit, to be held in Castell's Great Hall. King Eric of Castell. Indeed, let's go. I'm so excited for this summit. I wonder if I should change first. Maybe not. Wings are good for casual and business attire. I hope Olivia and Damien are able to make it too. Satu, let's hurry to the castle. Tale of Lunaris. Chapter 6. Let's go. For those of you keeping track at home, and the fact that I bring it up at the start of every chapter, there are only 7 chapters, so not too much further to go. I mean, we still have the DLC. You know what, Satu? I think maybe I should go more formal for this and take my true form. I don't want anyone to think I'm trying to pull one over on them. This is an important affair after all. Ta-da! Okay, let's get going, and, hang on a second. I think I'm getting too used to being a butterfly. I get a little wobbly right when I transform, but I think I'm good to go now. Let's go. Or let's do it. Yuelia joined your party. Yuelia is a pretty strong healer, but she's just constantly swaying side to side like that. I mean, I'm fidgety as hell too, so I can't judge. But like, hold still. Mustang and Odin! Sir Mustang, if you please. My apologies, of course. I suppose I can forgive you, considering you used to be a butterfly and all. I'm getting much better when it comes to etiquette and social customs, though. We appreciate what you've done for us. You two shall be legendary. I've yet to reach legend in any of my jobs, but I will. Don't you agree, Sir Odin? Ellipsis. Why, Sir Odin here was just telling me how he was witness to your bravery in Almagique. Isn't that right, Sir Odin? Ellipsis.
Why, yes it is, Sir Mustang. I must also say that I've heard many tales of your own bravery, good sir.
Oh, go on, Sir Odin. Odin, what's the matter? Nothing. It's nice to see you. It is nice to see you as well. Okay, well, as fascinating as this is, I should return to my post. You two go inside. Everyone is waiting. Sir Odin, it has indeed been an honor meeting such an esteemed and noble Magic Knight. Fine. Satu, let's go. And poor Odin is so shy. Also, my throat is so phlegmy. Are we all met, then? First of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming. Just by your presence here, you have acknowledged the gravity of the situation that threatens Riveria. One moment, I gotta check something important. Okay, we're good. I thank you in advance for sharing your wisdom with all of us. This will truly take a united effort. And take it away, Butterfly Girl. Thank you, King Eric. Hello, okay, so for those of you who don't know, my name is Yuelia. We have all met before, although some of you may not recognize me. My human form is a bit more bulky than my, previous form. You're that butterfly we met, right? Or is there something else I'm missing here? Yes, that's me. Did everyone know it was me all this time? I need to learn some better voice modulation. Anyway, yes, thank you for coming. I think you all know parts of the situation. But the reality is such that the overall picture is much worse than you might suspect. Riveria is in grave danger, and our time is rapidly running out. If we don't act soon, the entire sky is, well, it's going to fall. Completely. Exclamation mark. The Doomstones were a sign of the impending disaster. The Doomstones of late have been getting much larger, and have appeared with much more frequency. We still don't even know what these Doomstones actually are. They are chunks broken off from the sky. Broken off from the sky? What do you mean? How is such a thing possible, Yuelia? The sky above Riveria, you see, well, it's difficult to explain, but think of it as something like a shell. Exclamation mark. Okay, that's really frightening when you all do that at the same time. But imagine that this shell covers all of Riveria. The land and its inhabitants are the core of this shell. We're all like egg yolk. I had never even contemplated such a theory, which makes me suspicious, but yet... The power that supported this shell and maintained the integrity of this world is now gone. The shell is crumbling, its pieces are raining down from the sky. These chunks of negative energy are... Doomstones! Correct. These Doomstones that then contaminate any creature exposed to their dark power. But if the whole sky falls down, all of Riveria would be, what, contaminated? Yes, completely. The destructive power that emanate from this broken shell will spread throughout the entire world. My father is certain it cannot be stopped. But that can't be true. We won't let it be true. Who is your father? He's, well, you have to promise you're not all going to flip out with exclamation points if I tell you. But my father is, what's the best way to put this? I guess you would call him Riveria's creator. Question mark? Okay, I should have seen that one coming. Murmur, murmur, question? Whisper, whisper, exclamation. What would you call somebody who creates a world? We would call it... a god, exclamation mark. No gods, no masters. Sorry, I think I must have misheard you. Did you just say your father created Riveria? It's a lot to take in, I know. It must be hard to believe right away. But I'm trying to be open now with all of you as best as I can. Allow me to explain. I feel everyone here should know all that I know. Yes. This information might have been useful before we started the summit. There's no use in harping on that now. I trust Euelia, and would vouch for her honesty and sincerity. I agree. I propose we trust this girl and carry on with the new knowledge that her dad is a god. Wait, so does that mean the life goddess is your mother? You got it. Your family is literally out of this world, huh? Yikes. Did you write that one yourself, Lady Olivia? Euelia, you must tell us. Why did you keep something like this a secret for so long? Well, before coming here, I had a very intense conversation with my father. I was trying to convince him to let me come down here to Riveria. Ooh, it's loading something. But Riveria was very dear to Mother. She loved it so much, Father. We can't just stand by and let Riveria be destroyed. I know this is difficult, Euelia. Trust me, my child. This is not easy for me either. But, Father, there must be a way to save Riveria. There is so much beauty there if we don't do something to help them. All of that beauty will just cease to be. You have to understand that the situation is not in our hands anymore, my child. I don't believe that for a second. You taught me I could always change things if I wanted to. Yes, well, and therein lies Riveria's only hope, for only the power of wishes can save it now. The power of wishes? What do you mean? The strongest hopes and desires, the things that people want to do or want to make happen. There is a power that emerges from the choices people make about the way they want to live. Riveria is created and shaped by the wishes of its people. Evidence of their choices is everywhere. And so it goes that the world can only be saved through the same power of wishes and sheer will. Other than what your mother had to do to save Riveria in her time, I see no other option. Fine then, I'm going down there. Now, Euelia, don't be rash. Think about this. What's to think about? Those wishes aren't going to collect themselves, are they? Well, no, probably not, but I'm afraid such a task may not be as easy as it would initially seem. I understand that. I'm not interested in this because I thought it would be easy, but it must be done. I knew you would see it my way. Sometimes we need to give up on what we want to do in order to... Later, Father. Wait, where are you going? Hold it right there, you simple-minded fool. What now, Noelia? I'm going down to Riveria, okay? And there's nothing you can say that will stop me. Father, I'm going with Euelia. Oh, gods be flustered. You too, Noelia? Sigh. Euelia needs someone to watch over her. She can't be trusted down there by herself. Just think of me as her guardian bodyguard. I don't need a guardian or a bodyguard. Oh yeah? Prove it. What are you really up to? You don't care about Riveria. I told you, you need someone to watch over you. That's not true. There's something you want down in Riveria, but you're not saying what it is. Oh yeah? Prove it. I will. Fine then, do it. I don't even know what you're arguing about, or what we're arguing about anymore. Enough. You both have much of your mother in you. Once you set your mind to something, you never give up. Euelia, go to Riveria and do what you will. Noelia, go with your sister and try to be nice. Thank you, Father. You're welcome. Just let me make a small alteration before you go. What's this? I have turned you into butterflies. There is an old superstition in Riveria that butterflies bring happiness. I think. Is that why Mother took the form of a butterfly during her time in Riveria? Sure, yes. I think so. It will also help prevent any wasteful use of your powers while you are away. Wasteful use? What do you mean, Father? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say, did I say that out loud? I was just mumbling. Nothing you need to be concerned about. I hope it goes without saying, but you girls must not reveal your true selves while in Riveria. Really? Why not? The power of a wish is linked to its organic nature. Any type of fake or forced wish has no power. You must not exert any undue pressure on an individual to reveal his or her true wish. What about their true wish? Come on. Such an event is even likely to happen such an event is very likely to happen if you were to walk around as the daughter of the life goddess. Oh, that makes sense. Your time in Riveria must also be limited. What? Why? To answer your first question, your time in Riveria must also be limited. To answer your second question, limiting your time in Riveria is for your safety. That world is in grave danger, and its collapse could come any day now. Therefore, you must return when I call for you. I shall leave a mark upon the face of Lunaris when the danger is imminent. When you see that mark, I shall expect you to return home immediately. You must promise me you will look out for a sign upon Lunaris every night without fail. These are the conditions for allowing you to go. I promise to search Lunaris every night. And please, girls, do be very careful down there. It's not like it's here. It's not like it is here. Things are different in Riveria. I promise we'll be super careful. I shall be watching over both of you, unless I'm busy with other things. Got a lot going on right now. Goodbye, Father. Wait, I'm going too. How'd you learn to fly so fast? Noelia, try to behave yourself. Sigh. Well, we'll see how it turns out. I could use a nap right now. Not well. It is not turning out well. But when I descended onto Riveria and spoke with the people, everyone was so, how to put it, focused only on their own needs. It sounds like you're saying you don't care if Riveria is destroyed. A true natural disaster, such as a dosh famine in my wallet, would concern me much more than this. Bro, why are you even talking to this insect? You got a soft spot for the female in all species, eh? What are you talking about? This is a butterfly. A very intelligent and attractive butterfly. That's all. Pierre, you need to talk to somebody, buddy. No matter, my brother is correct. We waste our time here, when we could be doing something else. Just wait. I want to know how you can't care about Riveria being destroyed. Just explain this to me. Who'd have thought that a tiny little bug would make for such a heavy conversation? Don't you know no jokes, Butterfly? We live in a nice and peaceful world, Butterfly. It's easy to make a living, even without a regular job. Well, yeah, but if things get tough, you can always go foraging in the forest, or just hang out somewhere. Things work out in the end, which is why there's no reason to worry about your doomsday nonsense. That was much nicer than their first conversation that we saw in episode 1. I didn't get very far with those guys. But it did become very clear to me that so many were more concerned with their own limited worlds, rather than caring about the greater health of the world they all shared. Very few people were interested in taking up a life, which meant there were fewer wishes around. But then I met Satu. Fresh into their brand new life and full of vitality. You are quite lucky, Butterfly. A youngster who, at first glance, appeared to be a run-of-the-mill no-goodnik, but became a great help. Yes, when I saw Satu, I saw a wish that I could help come true. I forgot what I wished for in episode probably 2. It sounds like it would be a great help if everyone realized the true power their wishes held. I agree, but it's something that has to come naturally from inside each individual. That's what makes it so hard. A wish has to grow on its own, and its power must then be accepted. So many people shy away from it. It makes me wonder, even if I collected all the wishes in the world, would it be enough to save Riveria? I've traveled far and wide, finding out people's wishes and noting them all. And yet, it seems like it's just not enough. Don't be silly, my little butterfly. You have done more than your share. You've brought us a greater understanding of the world we often take for granted, Euelia. And look what you've done. You've come this far because you want to save Riveria, right? Yes. And that was a natural wish, right? Yes, of course. We all want the same thing. Yes, we all share the same wish. Oh, it's true, isn't it? You've brought us all together to share the same wish, Euelia. It's all thanks to you. Oh no, Laura, thank you. It makes me so happy to hear all of this. Now that we are of one mind, we must take action. It is as you say, Hughes. That is why we have assembled here today. I'd like to raise a motion that we file a complaint with Euelia's father, Riveria's creator! ! We live here. This is our world. We'll be very inconvenienced if Riveria is destroyed, right? I propose we go speak to this, this god and tell him how we feel about Riveria. Perhaps if we show him we're making an effort, he will be able to help us. The forest boy's idea isn't so bad. So you want to go to where? The god's house and knock on his door or something? Sounds like we're taking a trip to Lunaris. Yes, it's probably not that easy. I'm aboard, but how do we get there? And simple. Euelia, how did you get here from Lunaris? It's a little embarrassing, but I don't quite remember how I got here. I'm sorry. Well, we're doomed then. It was my first time being a butterfly, so learning to fly was already a lot for me. It's just a big blur. Haha, sorry to hear. Sorry, I just got this image of you as a fledgling butterfly trying to fly for the first time. It appears that we all overlooked something. ? Whoa, that is weird. The goddess's ship is in the Elderwood. ! Ellipsis. Yes, the ship said to have carried the goddess from Lunaris to Riveria. Was that what you had in mind earlier, Pino? Sure. I don't know if that ship will work, however. Hughes, what are the chances of getting this thing into flying shape? I'm sure getting it repaired will not be a problem, but alas, the ship will not fly, I'm afraid. Why not? Stop toying with us, Hughes. Speak plainly. Of course, the reason it won't fly is not a problem with the machinery itself. It is the lack of fuel. It would appear the engine uses a resource that is specific to Lunaris. Without obtaining a high-octane floatstone, I'm afraid we won't be able to fly the ship. Wait, we use floatstones all the time. Those are just things that airships run on, right? That's right. Well, let's just get a cart full of floatstones up to the ship and we'll be off. Unfortunately, that will be of no use. According to my calculations, even with all the floatstones in Riveria, we will lack sufficient power. It would need to be a floatstone of exponentially high, floating power, to use a scientific term. Surely there must be some way we can get our hands on a high-octane floaty-powered rock. What about Terra Nimbus, Andy? Don't they supposedly have floatstones there? I think I remember reading that, yes. But that's just a legend, isn't it? I mean, well, I guess I shouldn't assume that legends are not true at this point. That being said, how can we locate a legendary floating island? I remember seeing Terra Nimbus in a picture book when I was younger. It's recorded in lore that Al-Majik, though it's commonly written off as... Yeah, it's recorded in Al-Majik, yeah, as a fairy tale, constantly written off as a fairy tale. I've only been reading for 23 minutes, and wow, I'm already lightheaded. I don't know if anyone has ever seriously considered it could be a real place in Riveria. Well, now let's assume it does exist. Where then would it be? On Terra Nimbus exists, alright. Who let Falcon in here? It sure is a real place, I know, because I've seen it with my very own 2 eyes. Anyone know this man? It's Falcon. He runs the airships just south of, Castel. Your Highness, I'm Falcon. I was once considered the leading aviator in all Castel. I was big time. And you claim to have espied Terra Nimbus? Oh, I don't know about that, your high magnificentness. Majesticness? Why would I read that so wrong? But I've seen it, I swear. Oh, well, that's helpful. Do tell us then, O great Falcon, where is this island located? I wish I could say, my most noble sire, lordly sir, or lord. I saw it back when I was a strappin' youth, more strappin' than now. I don't remember it so well, but it exists. It's floatin' in the sky, as sure as a fly, and as true as I stand before you, my kingly. Maybe we can all go up in the sky sometime and search for somewhere island together. I'm sorry, my lord, that man tricked us with fake credentials of entry into the summit. Fake credentials? You didn't seem concerned with my credentials once I gave you all that candy, son. He ate it all. He didn't even give me any. But regardless, I'm sorry, sir. We're going to have to escort you out. Well, that's fine. I've made enough of a scene here. Goodbye, your royal gracely lordness, sire. My, that was quite unexpected. Falcon, yes, I believe I've met him before. I had to reach out to pilots from across the land when I was investigating the goddess ship. He was one of them. I must have slipped and told him of the summit. My apologies, your grace. The man is utterly harmless, I assure you. What of what he said? Is any of that true? Well, he was indeed known as the best pilot in Castell for quite some time. His word went far. Writings from the time the goddess lived among us do mention a place called Somewhere Island. But no such island exists on any atlas or map. Which leads me to one conclusion. You believe this place might be Terra Nimbus? If it actually exists, then yes, possibly, maybe. The existence and whereabouts of Terra Nimbus shall be exhaustively, that's what I said the first time, investigated. As for now, I believe we should break. My thirst for pickles has been awakened by all of this summit stuff. Wow. I get so nervous talking in front of a lot of people like that. Am I sweating? I feel hot. Well, we've got some time for now. I think we should go talk to that pilot, Falcon. Either he's full of nonsense, or he's our only lead. We need to find out one way or another. Let's go track him down before they reconvene the summit here. How are you doing, Chamberlain? I mean, Minister. An island in the sky? I just don't know if I can believe it without seeing it. Everything here is so shiny, it makes my head spin a bit. It's so different from the forest here. Would you like to see the treasures I've collected on my adventuring journeys around the world? I'd love that. To get that airship in flying shape as soon as possible, we're going to need a few hands. Would you mind a large group of humans staying in your forest village while we conduct repairs? Well, I suppose not. The Great Spirit has accepted you, so I shall as well. I can ask the Leafs to help too. After all, humans, spirits, half-monsters and others all must work together towards this common goal. I can't believe I'm saying this. If you need anything from Port Puerto, just ask. Our town is full of skilled engineers and airships. We kind of pride ourselves on that. I really love your dress, Olivia. Oh, I feel like a fish out of water wearing this. You, on the other hand, wear gorgeous dresses every day. Castell women must envy you. Perhaps, but at times I do miss the days of donning my suit of armor and taking up a sword. What? Really? Yes. I was about your age then. Good times. Don't let the costume rule you, Olivia. It is an honor to finally meet you, King Eric. You have my respect as a fellow ruler. You're a fine lad yourself, so unlike your father. Ha ha ha. Ahem, heh. I hope we can look past any sort of animosity that existed between you and my father. Of course, why? I actually come to enjoy looking like a little boy. Permanently. Tell that to your father next time you see him. I shall. Hearing this lifts more of the burden from my shoulders. Let us leave such prank games behind. To the future, and please, you must come visit Almagique soon as your most welcome guest, or our most welcome guest. But watch your back. The new Dark Sultan may have a few magical pranks up his own sleeve. Hehe. Very kind of you. I'll be sure to visit at some point of in the not too near future. And watch your back, little kitty. King Eric just may have a stinky surprise waiting for you. Hee. Everyone in here is stupid. I wonder if I can loot the place. What's up, Falcon? What can I do for you, young'uns? Hi, we were over at the Royal Court just now when you busted in there and started shouting. Oh yeah, I remember that as if it were only a few minutes ago. Whenever I talk about Terra Nimbus, I'm shown the door right quick. Same happens as same does. Well, we're not here to sames do. We're actually interested in asking you a few questions about it. Can you tell us more about seeing Terra Nimbus? What, you really want to hear it? What's the angle here, pal? I wasn't born yesterday, you know, or the day before that. I guess y'all do seem like a sincere duo, though. Alright, I'll tell ya, but you gotta promise you'll believe me, even though you can't really do that. But try. Dark, ominous clouds obscured Lunaris from sight. Rumbling thunder shook the very earth below. A brave youth expertly guided his ship through the turbulent gale. That youth was our hero, Falcon. The best there was in Castell, Falcon. The hero of this tale, the valiant Falcon, the chivalrous and courteous Falcon, oh so humble Falcon, the sprightly and vivacious ladies' man Falcon. I was quite the ladies' man, you know. I have no doubts about that, Mr. Falcon, but let's get back to Terra Nimbus. That was back when I had more energy, see? So I could go out all night and still fly the next day. Euelia has fallen asleep. And that, my friends, is the tale of how I first saw Terra Nimbus in all its glory. Carrot soup. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just... most people catch me dozing off. That's alright, young'un, I know how it is. It's nice of you kids to humor me, but I know I'm just a hopeless old man chasing a dream of his own. What do you mean by that? Oh, don't listen to me, sweetie. Things are just different these days with no students, you know. I used to have a pupil or two that was interested in flying, and maybe someday seeing Terra Nimbus. When they leave one by one, you start to get a sense of how time slips away, how dreams slip away. There was one student of mine, best darn pilot I'd ever seen. He could have found Terra Nimbus. He was a great pilot, eh? He was an ace. He would be messing around in my garage workshop here when he was just old enough to hold a wrench. One day I figured I'd show him the cockpit of an airship. We were just joking around, mind you, but that little trickster pointed to something behind me, and when my back was turned, he went ahead and took off in the airship, did 3 circles around Castell before a perfect landing. That boy was really something, and said he was going to find Terra Nimbus again, said he'd come back, but, well, they never do. Everyone grows up and gets pretty busy with their own life and all, I suppose. Do you know where this pilot ended up? How am I supposed to know? I can't keep track of all these young'uns everywhere. But I ain't heard from him since he was renting one of those rooms from Pam. She might be able to help you. I'm grateful you came to see me. It's nice for an old man's mind to remember companionship. Find Terra Nimbus. It's real, you know. It's real. So touching. On a serious note, I'm getting weirdly sentimental about the end of this game. Hello, Pam. Are you still asleep? Sorry, I'm busy sleeping. Read memo on desk. Thank you very much for purchasing the Origin Island expansion pack. If it's alright with you, I'll just be taking a little nap until we're ready to start. To activate the Origin Island expansion pass, the following 3 criteria must first be met. 1. Complete the main story. 2. Have Noelia and Euelia agree to join your party. 3. After doing the above, speak to Euelia in your room. At least, that's what I heard. Not really sure what it means, but I'll have you know... but I bet you know just what to do. Once you've done all those 3 things, come back and see me, okay?
Yes.
Why, hello there, if it isn't my favorite adventuring duo. What might you two be up to today? Everyone is buzzing with excitement about the summit over in the castle. When all is said and done, you just have to sit down with me and fill me in on all the juicy details. We actually had a question for you, Pam. Do you remember renting a room to one of Falcon's pupils? Oh yes, of course. I don't remember his name, but I do recall he was headed to Port Puerto, I think. The airships are just so popular over there, on the coast. The port of the Riveria's skies, as the kids say. I wonder if Olivia and Andy know this pilot. Even if they don't, I think it's worth checking out. Let's see if we can track the pilot down. Maybe, he can help us finding Terra Nimbus. Even if he can't, maybe he can point us to someone who can. It's not much to go on, but it's something. Honestly, I feel terrible that I can't remember his name. It's Robin. But he was a very focused young man. Thanks, Pam. You've been a great help. Let's speak with Olivia first, Satu. I want to see if she knows anything about this. We'll fill you in on all the details later, Pam. Robin, that was his name. You're looking for Robin. Oh, great. Thanks for the tip, Pam. Yep, I gotta go to the Great Hall to talk to Olivia. Well, I must say I'm surprised anything useful came from our meeting with that man. But if you think a pupil of his could help us find Terra Nimbus, I'm inclined to trust your instincts. No guarantee, but finding this guy is worth a shot. Even if that were the case, there is no guarantee he would succeed in finding such a place. Yeah, that's remarkably like what I just said, Hughes. We have precious little else to go on. We shall resume our discussion here. Meanwhile, you can help us by seeing if you can find any other information regarding Terra Nimbus. Now, did we have any more pickles left? Understood, King Eric. Olivia, we were hoping you could help us find this pilot named Robin. Perhaps Crankshaft can help you. He knows many of the pilots in Port Puerto. Great, thanks. Crankshaft is our cheap airship pilot. Well, yes, he is, still technically, but, you know, we were going to talk about that. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Yes, start with Crankshaft. You'll probably be able to find him at Cocina Rica. If you have any trouble finding it, Luciano can show you where it is. Got it. Thanks. Let's get going. Oh my, that is quite a thing to witness. It would be so nice to be able to go back and forth like that. I'd love to be a fish sometimes. Oh, let me know if you figure out how to do that. I'd love to try that out. Port Puerto, here we come. Dad, can I go with them? Not at this time, darling. We need you here, Princess Laura. We have distinguished guests from all over Riveria. It would be unthinkable for the Castell Princess to leave the castle at such a time as this. Fine. I shall perform my boring duties as the boring princess that is, for the good of all, boring. Satu and Butterfly, we are counting on you. Please let us know if you come across anything useful regarding the existence of Terra Nimbus. Okay, we're leaving now, for real this time. Yes. Time to go see Crankshaft. Can I teleport from here, or is it going to stop me? It's probably going to stop me outside of the castle. Let me go ahead and talk to everybody here, then I'm going down the episode. I applaud your determination. If it motivated everyone gathered here, that is important to our cause. What do you have to say? The Dark Sultan is quite pleased. Nice job. Crankshaft spends a lot of time at Cocina Rica. I'd check there first. You seem even more reliable now than when we first met. You'll be fine. Fingers crossed. I wish I could go with you this time. This will be an adventure unlike any before it. I have high hopes for you. Don't push yourselves too hard. Does Terra Nimbus even exist? Or does Terra Nimbus exist? If so, how is it possible it is suspended in the sky, I wonder? I know you'll do it, Satu. There's nothing you can't do, teehee. Well, I can't use dark magic, because the game is rude. We must save Riveria. What do you have to say for yourself, Leaf Guy? Wish luck. Thank you. Is that everybody? What's up, Minister? An island in the sky. I just don't know if I can believe it without seeing it. Okay. I'm probably going to be stopped outside of the castle, most likely by Euelia, but like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and fizzity farewell.